The following video is rated PG for puzzling gameplay. Viewer discretion is advised.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of year once again. Feels familiar, yet a little different this time. For the very first time, the League of Puzzle Speedrunners brings you the Tetris Attack Speedrun Tournament 2022. Hey guys, how's it going? This is your head tournament organizer, Cards of the Heart, and over the next hour or two, depending on how much we ramble, we will be talking about the 20 players that entered this tournament, how this tournament will be conducted, and give our thoughts as to who will win it all. And joining me for this one are a couple of tournament mainstays at this point. I think these two are involved in probably the most compelling moment of the last Tetris Attack tournament. So let's get started with our defending Tetris Attack champion, FFR Pro.
Yo, how's it going, guys? Yes, it's me. I'm the defending champion. And yes, Lunar, you can see me this time. I'm not in, like, the poor lighting shadows of the basement.
Oh, yeah. Yes, we can see you in nice, crisp quality there. It is good to see. And we also have the only person to really give a proper upset to FFR Pro in tournament play. It is Six.
Welcome! Last year was interesting, and you are welcome for that. And I hope this year it gets even more interesting for other storylines with all of the people that are going to take their shot here.
Yes, and we have new people taking their shots this time around. We have 20 players this time. More people than we had in most of the tournaments to this point. I believe the 2018 Tetris Attack tournament had 25 players, and that was our largest turnout. And this has been our largest turnout since then. So we definitely have room to see some more exciting things and some more upsets to go on. And we'll go more into all the potential upsets that could happen just in this group play alone. Should I call them groups or call them pools? Because we've actually moved our tournament hosting over to smash.gg, and they use the term pools for their group stages. So forgive me if I interchange the two throughout this. Old habits definitely die hard in this one, but we'll definitely have plenty of time today to go over all of those things. So stick around and enjoy the ride. But first, if you are just tuning into this game for the first time and you're not exactly sure how this game works, how this tournament is going to work, allow me to take a couple minutes of your time to explain how the tournament is going to work and how this game works. Tetris Attack is a match 3 puzzle game released for the Super Nintendo in August 1996 for North America and November 1996 for Europe. It was also broadcast on the Japanese Teleview service from November 1996 until the service was discontinued in June 2000. As a match 3 puzzle game, if you match at least 3 of the same panel either horizontally or vertically, the panels will disappear. To win, however, you'll need to do more than simply match 3 at a time. You need to make combos and chains to not only prevent your gradually rising stack from reaching the top of your playfield for a time, but also send garbage to your opponent to make their stack reach the top of their playfield. You make combos by matching more than 3 panels in a row at the same time. They don't keep your stack from rising for very long, but they do send small garbage blocks to your opponent that can quickly add up if stacked correctly. You make chains by linking sets of 3 or more matches together. Make a set of panels disappear and then have the panels directly above them fall into another match. Not only does this keep your stack from rising for a longer period of time, but it will also make thicker garbage blocks that will be more effective at actually filling out your opponent's stack to the top. If your stack reaches the top of your playfield and the game tries to break the stack through the top, you lose, so you want to avoid this at all costs and force it on your opponent as much as possible. To beat these computer opponents, you'll have to either make sure that they run out of time while their stack is completely topped off, send so much garbage to your opponents that they can no longer make a move, or send garbage to your opponent in such a way so that they think they can no longer make a move. That said, due to the way this game handles combo garbage as well as the overall speed of these opponents, you will almost exclusively see our players make them run out of time through timely garbage attacks. Easy mode has 10 stages, normal mode has 11 stages, and hard and V-hard, as we call it, have 12. In this tournament, players will be racing through those stages to get to the end as fast as they can. The first player to defeat the final opponent wins the race. The first player to win a predetermined number of races wins the match. Best of luck to all of our players. Alright, if you are new to our tournaments, then let's go a little bit deeper into the structure and how it's going to go. We actually changed up the structure a little bit for the last Tetris Attack tournament, and I think it's helped drive a lot more activity in the community, like driving runs to the leaderboards as a result. But let's get into the details of why that is the case. So, as we have been doing since we started organizing these tournaments in 2016, all of our matches in the tournament will be a one-player races. They're 1v1 speedrun races of the versus mode, and because we had a nice rounded number of 20 players sign up for this tournament, I have divided the players into 4 round-robin pools. So everyone's going to have to play everyone else in pool play before we get to the real reason we are all coming together. In the pools, all the matches are best of 5, first to 3 races, and the way we go about those races is that we are playing not just on V-hard like most of the people who play this game do. We are going to be going through all of the game levels within each and every pool match. That is easy, normal, hard, and V-hard. So the way this works is at the start of each match, I have the players agree on the first level to play, or otherwise I will make them play something completely different. Then the loser of the first race will get to pick the level for the next race, and we'll just pick different levels until either we decide a winner or we play through all of the levels. And if we do get to a Game 5 decider, then the Game 4 loser will get to pick any of the levels to race. And that's definitely added some strategy to how we go about these matches. Wouldn't you say, FFR?
Yeah, and I believe that a lot of the players actually really liked the strategy of, you know, if they lose, they get to pick the next difficulty. So, you know, it kind of, you know, gave a little bit more thought of like, okay, do I want to go to a slower level, kind of try to make it a little easier on myself to, like, you know, make chains and whatnot, or do I want to try a harder level, maybe to add some more variants, maybe add some speed, whiplash, you know, from going from like easy to hard, because, you know, easy is like really, really slow and hard to be hard is like really fast. So I think that is one of the things that a lot of people liked about that, is just all the strategy of picking difficulties. So we're going to be seeing that again this year.
6. How would you say you've would you say you've really changed your approach to this game since we instituted this structure? I don't remember you playing these games too much before we went to this, but would you really approach this game differently if you didn't have to go through the lower levels?
I think before this format I was just mostly comfortable on the highest difficulty levels, but enforcing all of them really encouraged, I guess to put it very shortly, a get good mindset, where you actually have to pay attention to each of the intricacies of the levels and like not do bad habits like dropping your chains on the slower modes, which punish you more for doing that, and just like adapting to what you need to do, what you need to send to the opponents normally, how you need to adjust based on what they are doing. It's all very incremental changes, along with improving your own training and combo vision and execution at the same time to make something very elegant for a nice little speedrun. Yeah, it's been quite a ride already.
Yeah, it certainly has made things interesting. I really just wanted people to play through all the levels, because V-Hard had been the most predominantly played category on the boards for the longest time, and with the speed differences between easy and normal and hard actually being more or less V-Hard light, that just you play it the same way, but you get punished a bit less. I think it really helped people realize their most favorite ways to play this game, and it has driven activity to the boards quite a bit as a result, and I'm just really glad to see that. I'm really glad I instituted that change.
Pink Hard Hype.
Pink Hard Hype. Also new to this tournament, we put this in place towards the end of the Pokemon Puzzle League tournament last year. We now have a prize pool, and thanks again to Foxy Man and BB Forky for throwing down their Twitch Prime subs. They'll be adding to the prize pool as soon as I can get around to it. So we do have a crowd-funded prize pool for this tournament. Anyone can add to it. There's a link on screen to throw in a full donation, and I will also be adding your bits to the pool at some point. So anything you can spare to share with the players, it will definitely be encouraged. And you can see the breakdown of what each player is getting. I thought about making players pay an entry fee to add to the pool. That's something we can revisit later. But I thought about making players pay a small $5 entry fee to boost the prize pool a little bit. And in simulation of that, I am going to go ahead and throw in $100 to the pool. So now it is at $160.
Ooh. Right.
Thank you for buying my ticket.
It's my pleasure. So the winner of this tournament will be getting a good portion of the prize pool. 40% will be going to the winner. Second place will get 20%. Third place 10%. Fourth place 8%. Fifth and sixth 5.5%. Seventh and eighth be 3%. So everyone that makes it to the final bracket will be able to claim some sort of prize. If enough players that don't make it to the final bracket actually actually want to get into another tournament for prizes, and they can fight for 3% of that. And then everyone else that does not win a prize can win from a raffle for 2%. So there's going to be plenty of incentive and plenty of reason to get in to this action. I actually want to go back to the tournament format for a second. I do want to reiterate about the pools. There are 5 players in each group, but only the top 2 will be making it to the final bracket. So the competition is going to be heated from the word go, I would imagine. And towards the end of the show, I will be revealing a schedule for how and when all of these matches are going to be played. And generally, I'll be having people play once per week. That feels like a good. I say it feels like a good pacing to avoid burnout, but we have had some remarks from players about the tournament just overall going for too long and inducing some burnout that way. So if there are ways that everyone can play sooner than that, we can definitely visit that for future tournaments. But for now, once a week is going to be what we're going for. And even then, we're going to have scheduling conflicts. Not everyone's going to be available all the time. So some of the matches will have to be brought to you pre-recorded. And I will be making sure that those matches get recorded in time for their broadcast. We are going Saturdays and Sundays at 4 p.m. Eastern Time here on twitch.tv/puzzlespeedrun. So make sure you set your calendars for that. And then once we get out of the pool stage, this is the main thing I wanted to go back to and show off. Once the pools are done, we'll be going to the final bracket. We play around with the lower difficulty levels in the pool stage, but the final bracket is all V-hard all the time. It's gonna get nuts because it's gonna be double elimination. Instead of a best of 5, we are playing best of 7. So someone's gonna have to win 4 V-hard matches to advance. So we're really ratcheting up the difficulty there. And then when we get to grand finals, the winner of the winners bracket will still have to win 4 races to be champion, because they will start the grand finals match with a 1-0 lead. I mostly just wanted to show off that transition. I put a bit more work into it than I would like to admit to get that to work.
Beautiful.
But, beautiful indeed. So let's see, what else is there to talk about before we start going into the players that are playing in this tournament. Let's talk a little bit about how we got to this point, because all of our players that entered in this tournament in this past month of February have recorded new speedruns of all the categories to be raced and have submitted them to our community leaderboard. And we actually ask new players to do this before they can even get entered. And we've had like 5 new players sign up. I believe we have 5 players making their tournament debut in this tournament. So that's really exciting to see. So the way qualifying is done. Players submitted their times, and the players with the fastest times in each category got a score of 100 points. You could call it a percentile, if you will. So the best time got the best percentile, 100 points, and then everyone else was graded on a curve based on how much slower their times were compared to the top time. So if the top time in the category was 8 minutes, then anyone that got 16 minutes in that category would have scored 50 points, for example, for going half as fast. And then in addition to those scores were also weighted based on how many races were going to need to be done in order to be champion. And due to the pool structure, having each race equally likely to be easy, normal, hard, or V hard, those were each given a quarter of a point. So for the pools, each match is scored a 0.75 for easy, normal, hard, and V hard, because that's how many races would be needed at minimum. So easy has a weight of 3, normal weight of 3, hard a weight of 3, and then V hard gets 3 plus the number of races needed in the bracket stage. So the first 3 rounds, round 1, winners, semis, and winners finals, are best of 7. So that's four races each there, and then in grand finals, the winners bracket would still only need to win 4 races to get the crown. So another 4 there. So that's 16 bracket races in V hard. On average 3 in the pool. So V hard has a weight of 19. Now I'm definitely open to options to adjust the weighing, because I mean normally before this we would have just played V hard and be done with it, but now this format allows the lower levels to serve as tiebreakers, if you will, and as you can actually see from the scores that we ended up getting. Just about everyone played in all of the categories, which was nice to see, but some people were able to overcome a slightly higher V hard time with their lower easy, normal, and hard times. Yeah, you can see some of the margins are really close. I mean, 3rd and 4th place separated by like the smallest margin possible. Like literally 4th place just need to get 1 more second in any other time in order to beat 3rd place. It gets close. It gets crazy. Let's see. FFR. How much have you been into this qualifying format? I didn't see you do too many races, too many runs this time around. I would not encourage people to play like all 30 days to get time. So there's only so much your hands will take. But how much did you enjoy the qualifying process this time around?
Yeah, I wanted to get good times and obviously all the difficulties, but I obviously wanted to really get the best time as I could in V hard, because as you can see, that is where you get all of your qualifying points. But I wanted to at least put up some solid times for the 3 lower difficulties, because those points are going to be, could be, useful for getting a higher seed. So I didn't want to put too much effort into easy, normal, and hard, but still wanted to get, good enough, strong enough times to show that, I still remember how to play those modes. But yeah, the main thing for me was to get a really good V hard time, and yeah, I certainly did that. And I'll also talk about why 3rd and 4th place is separated by 0.01. Because, yeah, it gets a little... The reasoning gets a little bit silly.
That might be a story for another day. We may pull up some too hard feelings if we try to dwell too much on that. On the other hand, Six, I think you grinded a bit more for this one by comparison. I forget what your approach was precisely to this qualifying.
My precise approach was to give V-Hard exactly 6.33 times as much attention as the other modes. So I quickly went through each of the categories first for the base time, then decided what's the most improvable, and then tried to hone on that for a while. Then focus more on the V-Hard because that's where most of the weight is. And eventually all 4 of the times turned into PBs personally, so that was good. And then at a certain point, it just became, can I get the miracle V-Hard run in the waning weeks and days of this whole thing to avoid the terrors that we're going to talk about. It ended up fine.
Yeah, I think for most of the people involved, it did end up fine, and we'll talk more about where all of our players landed in this tournament. But I think we've been, let's see here. Yeah, we've been at this for about 30 minutes at this point. How about a little bit of a break? How about we take a small break to gather ourselves, and then we can talk more about the players. So for the Twitch audience, I will give you guys about a 2-minute, I think a 2-minute intermission will be good to prepare everything. So we'll get some ads rolling for you, and then we'll be right back here with an introduction to all of the players playing in this tournament. You are watching League of Puzzle Speedrunners Tetris Attack Speedrun Tournament 2022. Welcome back to League of Puzzle Speedrunners Tetris Attack Speedrun Tournament 2022. This is your head tournament organizer, Cards of the Heart, joined by fellow competitors FFR Pro 21 and 6. And now it is time to talk about the 20 players that are participating in this tournament for cash prizes, fun times, and maybe a little bit of salt along the way. So without further delay, let's go down pool by pool and go over all of these players. We'll start in pool 4. Start with our 20 seed Breadpan, one of our newer competitors. I don't know much about his style with this game specifically. I just saw that Breadpan is a world record speedrunner in Shovel Knight. So there are definitely some speedrunning chops there to be had. But Breadpan was a last second entry to this tournament, literally on the last day. So I don't know much about how they play, but their V-Hard time was not last on the leaderboard, so perhaps there is some noise they can make in this group. I want to start with 6 on this one. Have either of you seen how Breadpan plays? I really don't know much anything about them.
It is a mystery. I've watched a decent amount of the players over the past month, but not Breadpan, so I think I'll really get the first taste on his first match, and hopefully, I mean, just based on best times, there's always a chance against anybody, just depending on how things break.
let's see. Let's see. I take it FFR. You don't know this person very well either.
Yeah, I've not really seen Brad Pan play. All I can tell is that, you know, his easy PB is actually pretty decent. You know, 634 is pretty solid. You know, definitely lots of room to improve in V hard. So hopefully we can see some of that. But yeah, we're looking forward to seeing, you know, the style that Brett Pan plays. So it should be exciting to see him.
Hopefully it'll be toasty.
hopefully the bread will be toasty. Don't get burnt. He may be bread, but he better be in control of that speeder, otherwise he's going to get burnt. But yeah, let me take a quick gander at who is new. Yeah, so we do have 5 new players entering these tournaments for the first time, and next up is another one of those newcomers who has become a bit of a mainstay on our Friday night race nights. It is Corey, who has really taken some enthusiasm into playing these games and grinding them down just a little bit. Still working on that sub 9 V hard, but Corey is definitely seen Corey to be in that caliber to be able to break that threshold at some point in this tournament. Wouldn't you agree, FFR?
Yeah, for sure. He's definitely pretty well versed into the speedrunning portion of this game now. You know, obviously he's had, you know, quite a background with the player versus player scene over on the Tetris Attack online Discord with panel attack and all that. So it is nice to see that we get some more PvP players speedrun in this game. And yeah, honestly, all 4 of his times are pretty solid. You see a couple nice PBs during qualifiers, so you know, hopefully Corey can get that sub 9.
This is one of the scariest first tournament appears I've seen in a while, putting up, like, yeah, stuff that I probably would have put up last year. Many people would consider very good. I'm really curious how he's going to do in race settings. I think it's going to be pretty dang competitive with anybody he plays, really.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing that our 13 seed actually has a top 10 time in one of the categories. That's 637 normal, good enough for 9th place. That's kind of scary to imagine running into. So I don't know if I want to be approaching Corey with a normal mode run right now, because those times are only gonna get better. I expect Corey to improve at least a couple of his times during this tournament, and when they come out, I expect a potential upset or two. There's definitely enough room for it. Now let's go to our 12 seed, who I think 6 you are a little bit more familiar with than the others in this poll. It is I Like Being Smart, one of the few females in the tournament. Always nice to see her around. One of the OGs of the scene.
This, yeah, don't count her out on any matches, because, like, even though she hasn't really grinded as much this month as some other players, I do believe she has the potential to get some pretty sick runs that can compete with the best of us. You sniped one off me last year in Tetris Attack. Was also competitive against me in PPL. Has created quite a few dramatic moments in just the matches that I have seen. So let us hope that happens again during this for maximum chaos across all of the pools.
Oh yeah, she's definitely a fan of maximum chaos happening, and definitely a fan of being a performer during these matches. And she also listens to some performances of her own during matches. You can count on her to be grooving to some K-pop on camera during these matches. Just love seeing love seeing people vibe.
Just a very entertaining, cozy player in general. Always fun to hang around with.
Yeah, yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, like whatever gets you into the zone here, I do listen to a lot of music, so I mean, whatever sounds good gets you going is definitely nice.
Yeah, she's most certainly playing at her peak at this point, as several people in this tournament are right now. So if Nicole here can channel her best, then she's definitely going to be a threat in this pool, which also includes our PPL 2020 runner-up Foxy Man, just throwing up crazy times once again. Top 5 in all of the versus categories. Also has the current record in Pokemon Puzzle League's V-Hard category. So Foxy definitely has some good chops in this group. FFR, I'm probably going to spoil this a little bit. On a scale of 1 to 10, how worried are you about Foxy Man potentially upsetting you in pool play?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm a little worried, of course. Foxy Man is really good. You could definitely, you could see, he's definitely well versed in the speed run part of this game now, and knows how to play really each mode very nicely. So it's gonna be close. I wouldn't be too upset if if someone would lose to Foxy Man, because last year he did make a very deep run into the bracket stage, ultimately losing to me, of course.
Yeah, lost to both of us, actually. Pushed us both to 6 games, so Foxy's fierce indeed.
Yeah, so he's he's definitely gonna be looking to do some stuff again this year. So it'll be exciting.
It'll be exciting indeed, and I want to get your thoughts, Six, as I think you can explain it best. We can definitely say that our boss for Pool 4 is our very own defending champion, FFR Pro 21-6. What is it that you've seen about FFR's play that just makes him so good and so consistently topping all these tournaments?
Oh, FFR has great tech and vision, coupled with much better APM than I can ever muster. Actions per minute, like pure speed to get to things that I can see sometimes but can't actually reach. He can get there if he can see it. It's very scary. It leads to very good consistency in quick kills of all kinds of TA opponents, and just really entrancing to watch.
Yeah, that cursor speed is hypnotizing. Definitely one of the best in our field at just raw cursor speed. But FFR, if there was anything you thought you would need to work on in your game to take your game to the next level, to even greater heights, what do you think that would be?
Like, get more cursor speed, you know. Trying to keep up with Yoshi here, but it's really hard. Yoshi is just... he's too fast at the game, you know. My hand and a SNES controller, SNES controllers now are like 30 years old, and the SNES controllers, I don't think, are kind of used to such high, D-pad mashing and APM that, keyboards and modern day controllers can now handle. So really, it's just gain more cursor speed and, just make sure, don't drop the initial chains, weaving, an extra combo or two in the chains, kind of push out that garbage input. Really just do everything I can to, make sure I'm, playing at the top of my game.
If there's anything I have made critiques about in your play, if anything at all, it's that I do think at times you do rely a bit too much on that cursor speed. You do try to go for skill chains that might be a bit outside of what you're capable of. You do have some very bold approaches to chain building at times, but I have observed a few instances of where you may have overcomplicated a setup or two to extend a chain. So like that's like pulling hairs at the way you play. It's like just FFR is gonna be one of the players you watch for in this pool. No bones about it. FFR is probably the somewhat heavy favorite to be first out of this group. It is practically a lock to get out of this group. 6, you think anyone is going to pose a significant threat to FFR and Foxy Man in this group?
It doesn't seem likely. There is a small chance that with extreme variance, either Smart or Corey could take 1 or 2 games from FFR and or Foxy Man. Taking 3 is going to be quite the demand, so I say press FF to pay respects.
FF? Press FFR to pay respects. Wait. I wonder then. I'll put you on the spot, 6 here. Do you think FFR is going to lose a race in this group?
1 race is somewhat likely. Not 3 to any person, probably.
Yeah, I can see a 3-1 to Foxy. Like those two are definitely close enough. We did kind of gloss over one little thing about Foxy Man that is important to bring up here. Foxy is a bit of a statistician and likes to compile stats and make little predictions about who's going to be advancing to the bracket. So I'm going to introduce a term that I want to be able to catch on, that will hopefully take some root in the community, and that is the Foxy projection. It's not actually trademarked, but I would definitely like to make it trademarked. It's I think it's a fancy name, Foxy Projection. You just gotta say it in that tone every time, because the projections are a bit foxy, and Foxy Man did for this tournament specifically take results from qualifiers as well as race time races, and assumed an average time that everyone would get in each category. He then took some variance, I guess based on race time times, to each category, and then ran 10,000 simulations of the tournament to give an idea of the chances that each player will be advancing out of the group. So let's take a look at Foxy's numbers for Pool 4 here. Yeah, FFR is a virtual lock to get in like 95% chances. It might as well be 100% with how FFR plays. It's a rather lock, stone cold lead pipe lock at this point. And Foxy Man is also heavily favored to make it out of this group. Some of these players admittedly don't have much data on them to be able to make an accurate judgment. You never know. Breadpan could definitely sneak up on us and make some interesting things happen. But I want to get you guys' predictions on how this group is gonna go. Let's start with 6. It's gonna be FFR and Foxy out of this pool, right?
That I don't see it ending any other way without some incredible potato throw from one of them on one of the other matches.
I will say, one thing I remember vividly from the last Pokemon Puzzle League tournament, FFR, who am I saying it? Foxy did manage to lose a couple of games in his group match to Razor Flame, who is not quite on the tier that Foxy is. So there are a few inexplicable losses on Foxy's resumes. I'm not going to rule out the possibility of an upset to happen. FFR, like, who exactly are you most worried about in this pool besides Foxy Man?
Why? You know, man, maybe either Nicole or Corey. You know, obviously Nicole's been speedrunning this game for a while. Corey kind of taking on the dark horse role of the tournament. You know, first appearance, kind of putting up some good time. So, possible, one of those two could take a game off of me, make things a little more interesting, but honestly, probably not too worried about this group.
Yeah. There's a part of me that wants to kind of rig my submissions to angle myself into pool 4, because the gulf between 4-5 and 12-13 is generally very obvious. So the top two in this pool are always heavily favored to get out of the pool. So yeah, it's hard to imagine any scenario other than FFR and Foxy breaking out of this group, but I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what kind of a fight Smart and Corey can put up. And hey, if Breadpan wants to contribute a surprise in there, by all means, I am basically here for all the maximum chaos.
There's always a chance.
Who knows? He could be practicing right now and just ready to destroy Corey and Nicole. You never know.
Ooh. Oh, that would definitely make for something interesting indeed. Okay, let's go over then to pool number 3. And, start with another a little bit of a tournament fan favorite. It's a karaoke. She's been in a few of these tournaments before. She doesn't really play these games outside of tournaments, but she often finds ways to make things very interesting. I definitely remember a few stages from Carrie's runs in the last Tetris Attack tournament where she managed to get some very unlikely crush kills on opponents. So it's always fun to watch her play. What do the two of you think about her chances to do something in this tournament?
She's taking matches somewhere, even with not the best average compared to some others. So between some of the lower seeded matches, I think there's like decent chances of her being competitive there. Maybe not against the very top, but at least potentially with the rest of them.
Yeah, I know in the last PPL tournament, I think she did, get some games off in the group stage, so she can make a little bit of a splash in groups and, take a game or two off of some players here, so it'll be interesting to see if she could do it again this time around. And yes, I can see from the chat that that easy mode crush, I think she was the only one to actually get a crush kill on easy mode last year for this game.
That we definitely see in the live chat to the person most enthusiastic about tracking those types of things, Galloping Conch. That's why we call them conch kills in this community. Conch should be able to confirm that. And yes, we do have a live confirmation that Karaoke had the only easy mode conch kill of the last tournament on Lungefish of all opponents, who probably digs down the deepest amongst all the opponents generally, along with Raphael the Raven. So I think that's impressive. I don't know about anyone else. I think getting a crush kill on Lungefish is very, very impressive. So it'll be fun to see what Carrie is able to do in this tournament. But I gotta say, the rest of Pool 3 is full of gamers. That's not meant to be a big pun at our 14 seed GamerX459, but I see that 8-minute flat V hard PB Gamer has. Gamer is definitely a threat at the 14 seed to make some noise. This is definitely another one of the potential dark horses in this tournament. I would not be surprised to see Gamer make quite a bit of noise in this group. How about you, FFR?
Oh yeah, don't let that number 14 seed, kind of catch you off guard here, because we can see easy PB 616, that's in the top 10. V hard PB of 8 minutes flat, so he's he's knocking on the door to that sub 8 club that grows and grows every year that we do these tournaments. And yeah, especially going back to the last tournament, that one game between Gamer and TA, which is what, 2 frame difference, was it? Like, it was so close. It might as well have been a tie. So yeah, depending on the difficulty that's being selected for gamers matches, definitely watch out for him on easy and V hard, because he's got some strong PBs and can definitely make a splash in the groups.
I think the only reason he's seated where he is because he didn't do that many qualifying run shots, because yeah, the PBs and the average potential, just like, this is a legitimately scary gamer right here that is going to be very interesting to watch. I remember in PPL there was just a little bit of a stage consistency issue, but if that can be patched up this tournament, this is like one of the sleepers to maybe do a bracket entry snipe appearance. We will see.
Oh yes, gamer definitely has potential to get that snipe, and I would say 6. You also had a rough time dealing with our next person in Pool 3 in the last Tetris Attack tournament. It is Lunar Chimera, everyone's favorite programmer and photographer extraordinaire. Did manage to break through into the bracket stage in the last PPL tournament, and yeah, those times are also very good. Definitely another one to watch out for.
Lunar's been in races a lot. Has definitely, I've taken at least a few of them, if I remember correctly, and yeah, pretty competitive. We clashed last year, where there was a bit of an interesting dynamic where he won, but I kind of also won, and so we all just kind of won, but spoilers, there may be another clash coming soon to determine who is the real puzzler for this, because yeah, sick times all across the board. Really is within the margin of troll for anyone higher than really.
Well, 6, you said it, not me. We are destined for another clash, as you are the 6th seed.
Oh no!
Oddly enough, and FFR, I gotta say, 6 has made a lot of progress in a very short time in these tournaments, from his beginnings in the 2020 PPL tournament to top 6 finishes in the last tournaments. How impressed have you been with 6's play?
It really has been a lot of fun watching 6 improve. Definitely probably one of the most improved players over the last year and a bit, 2 years that we've seen. So yeah, he's gonna be, definitely another one to look out for. He can, as he showed last year, unfortunately, I do have to admit, he is capable of taking out some of the big dogs of the speedrunverse. But don't worry, I'm not gonna lose the first round against him this time around.
Accepted.
I think I'm gonna go out on a bit of a limb and say that that FFR is not going to lose 4-1 in any sort of bracket matchup this time around. Still one of the craziest upsets we've had in all of tournament history. It's just absolutely unbelievable. And well, Six, I definitely have a reason to be worried about you, as I am the 3 seed.
Oh no!
In this tournament, and we will get to face off once again. How are you feeling about that prospect?
I am actually interested in this because this is much like me. I know you were more of a tech player, maybe not as fast as the rest of the field, but what you or what we do with the cursor within the speed we have is, at this point, pretty dang refined, and I still think yours is way more refined than mine currently. 544 easies. That's like the true sign of great tech play right there.
Not gonna lie, I really didn't put too much effort into my seeding this time around. I basically only played this game like once a week, and just did a little bit of grinds on race nights to get these times. So I'm kind of amazed I was able to even get this much, because I don't think I've been that great at getting sub 8 V hards. It's a very difficult time to get, and those don't come around very often. So I'm glad I was able to get a few sub 8s to kind of cement myself in this position. But yeah, I do want to apologize in advance if my words do feel like I'm occasionally talking with my mouth full, because I do. I actually made a positive change for myself last year, and got my somewhat rotting teeth removed. So I'm working with fake teeth. I'm working with a mouth full of acrylic. So I will apologize in advance if I do trip over my words just a little bit, and hopefully it gives me an opportunity to smile a little bit more in these tournaments. And FFR, as we look at all the players in Pool 3, you think I'm gonna have a bit more reason to smile in this one? Who do you think is gonna get out of this pool?
Yeah, this is a little more of a toss-up, I feel like. You know, obviously Cards is the heavy favorite, having world records up the wazoo with this game. But Cards, in the last couple tournaments have known to lose in group stage, and kind of make your group a little more interesting in the last couple tournaments. So I think if I had to predict two, I would probably go with Cards in 6, but definitely cannot rule out Lunar and Gamer. They're also very strong players, and who knows, maybe 6 will put another big feather in his cap and take a match from Cards.
Yeah, 6. Who are you most concerned about in this pool? So, like, what exactly concerns you the most about this group?
The times that Lunar and Gamer have the potential to not only snipe me, but I think they're also legitimate bop Cards threats. So I'm gonna have to be on my game. I'm pretty sure Cards is gonna have to be really on his game. But if I/Cards can focus, big big ifs sometimes. Should be the favorites, but I kind of miss the days of being the underdog with no pressure on me. It's so much easier to not have eyes on me, but oh well. We are where we are.
We are where we are. We are definitely up to the challenge and somewhat welcome it, I think. Let's see what our Foxy projection has for this pool. Foxy does seem to think in his simulations that I am one of those locks to get out of this bracket, but this pool, but 6, not quite so much. There is room within the randomness for something else to happen, and Lunar and Gamer have non-zero chances to get out of this pool themselves. How are you two feeling about that when you see this?
This is worryingly accurate. I see the 70%, but I also see like how many times I lose a 70% poker hand or something. Yeah, it's very scary. I think like the only sort of safe person would be Cards.
Yeah, I would agree. Cards should make it out of this group despite some, other strong competition. For that second spot, depending on how the game plays the RNG game, could very well be a toss-up between 6 Lunar and Gamer. So that second spot could be a bit of a dogfight.
Yeah, not too many easy outs in this pool either. Jeez. Yeah, I'm definitely very, very worried about this one as well. So let's go ahead on that note and get over to Pool 2. And we'll start out with another newcomer to the scene, very much unknown in this one, Tolker. I believe Tolker is our first Costa Rican player in this tournament. We have a significant American and Canadian contingent that plays this game regularly, but Costa Rica is not a place I expected players to come from. I hope we get to see some good things from Tolker. 6, how excited are you to see new players get into this game for the first time and actually joining us for these tournaments?
As somebody that just wants to see more matches, any person that joins will satisfy that dream of mine, and so even better to have like more of a world representation going on. So again, somebody I haven't seen, but somebody I am looking forward to seeing what he can put up.
Shoutouts to Lunar for getting the info out there to get some new players in at the last second to round out our roster at 20. Unfortunately, I don't know too much about Tolker's play, as does everyone else here, I think, and someone else who is also new to the tournaments that I don't know a lot about is Kaineo. Another Canadian has joined the fray. That's gotta perk you up a little bit, FFR, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's nice to know that I'm not the only Canadian that is competing in this tournament. So yeah, it is nice to see other Canadians participating.
Yeah, I see Kaineo is playing on a modded SNES Classic. Play this game. We don't have too many of those.
Fancy.
going around. I think Wired Wiki in the last tournament was also playing on the SNES Classic. I'm not gonna wholly discourage that method of playing. Kaneo also played in a few of our Friday night races, so we've seen a little bit of what they can do. Hopefully they can bring some of that to this tournament play. It's gonna be again these new faces. Just so intrigued to see how what they're going to be able to bring to each of these matches. But there's one player that I have a fairly good idea what they're going to be able to bring, and it is our 10 seed Galloping Conch, the trope namer of the Conch Kill himself, definitely bringing some good times. Top 10 easy and hard times. Also, so again, the double-digit seed with something to prove, and definitely something to something for the other players in the pool to worry about. Would you agree, Six?
Yeah. Determination that's the word I can use. I think he may have done more total attempts than maybe anyone for qualifying. Just having the fortitude or the stubbornness or whatever you want to call it to keep trying to improve these times and play and everything. That determination, I think, has the potential to take him a long way.
I definitely would not be surprised if Conch were to actually break through and let's see, is that really an accurate statement? Let me go through. Yeah. There's definitely. I think Conch has a real opportunity to break through here and advance in this pool. Man, there's so many players in the like in outside the top 8 that are just legitimate threats. Man, these tournaments just get more and more complicated to judge. And speaking of players maybe a bit complicated to judge due to some consistency, we do have also our 7 seed Tai, who also pulling out some very clutch times towards the end of the qualifying session. Tai's in the sub 8 club finally, getting that literally last day, getting that 747. Definitely a threat to do some things in this pool and quite frankly in this bracket. Wouldn't you say, FFR?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm sure Tai is really happy to finally break through and enter that sub 8 club. Gotta be like a huge confidence boost getting that achievement. So hopefully he can take that newfound confidence in his gameplay and really make a strong run in this group stage and hopefully into brackets.
He's been really close in the past, and has the potential to make a deep run, maybe deep into brackets like any one of these competitions now.
Yeah, Tai is showing himself to be a bit of a redemption champion of sorts, making it to the finals of the last 2 redemption tournaments. I really hope Tai can really make the breakthrough this time around, and maybe he won't maybe you won't run into so hard into a buzzsaw that was myself this time around. Maybe Ty can get a bit luckier with the matchups this time, but yeah, definitely one of the forces to be reckoned with in this tournament, and one of the most emerging forces to be reckoned with on the Tetris Attack side, all of a sudden popping up with an elite V-hard time at the last second is our boss for Pool 2, the second seed, Tayman, who has recently moved to Canada to consume that maple syrup and poutine and all that good stuff. But yeah, we've seen Tayman's prowess in Pokemon Puzzle League for several years, and now with that 724 V hard, like 6, Tayman is definitely one of the pillars. You would say Tayman is one of the pillars of this community and these games, right?
When Yoshi in the tutorial says, "This is the cursor," it should be Tayman's head. Yeah, I remember him slamming that 724 V-hard in like the final hours to shift things around. So he definitely sniped this spot. I don't think he is as invincible as he is in PPL, but still a force to be reckoned with, being able to spot, execute all kinds of cool techs all the time, and also the complaining about what the AI does every single stage is also very amusing when watching.
Tayman, if nothing else, is definitely a champion of bringing the salt, if nothing else. And FFR, I would say last year he got a bit of a bad rap. It kind of ran into a bit of an unfortunate situation. We know how that turned out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that did not turn out good for Tay last year. Just, the way things played out in groups, first round of bracket, just very unfortunate to run into both Cards and I. First 2 matches in brackets and just got absolutely run over. But, hopefully, maybe Tayman will make a little bit of a deeper run to brackets this time around, assuming that, the salt doesn't consume whole.
Tay just had some very, like how unfortunate is that to run into the 2 people in the bracket that made it to the finals. like Tay really got a raw deal in that tournament. So as long as he hasn't run into any other buzzsaws, I think Tay has got to be one of the favorites to win it all. He's definitely brought it the last couple of years. Like Tay's just exciting to watch, not only through their play, but also on camera, because you can almost hear the salt from his webcam whenever he plays. So
you do not have time for that.
Hello. Hello.
Why are you randomly chaining again?
Oh, I swear we should have a soundboard for all of Tay's complaining. It's so great. It's so great. But let's take a gander back over to Pool 2. See all of our players side by side. FFR, who have you got getting out of this group?
Well, I would definitely think Tayman is the favorite, but you definitely cannot rule out Ty, Galvin Koch. You know, they're all three of those are very, very strong people that can, you know, definitely make a run for a bracket spot here. And you know, I think what'll be the difference is the tilt factor. Obviously, we know Tayman's tilt factor is pretty something when it comes to these kinds of games. So, you know, if Tayman gets, you know, a little flustered, you know, that could play a role into, you know, his group stage performance. But yeah, I think Tayman should make out. Ty Gallopy Conch is going to be a big toss-up between those two.
Can we rotate this poll like 10 degrees, because this is just like a group of tilt, really.
Oh, can I hold on? Maybe I can do something about that. I wonder.
At any point, like at their best, all these players, maybe not the new ones that I have no data on, but all of them have potential. But I've also seen them like get stuck and flustered when things don't go their way quite a few times. So, at their best, Tayman should be number 1. Ty should have the edge for number 2, but in the actual race situations...
Yeah,
a lot of variance.
Going back to the salt factor, we've also heard some pretty good Thai salt moments.
Nope, too much tilt.
Oh boy.
Too much tilt. Never mind. Carry on.
Yeah, we've definitely heard some pretty good salt moments from Ty as well. So if you know, maybe if the soundboard gets made, it could be a Ty-Tay collaboration, possibly.
Oh my goodness gracious! Oh, this is gonna be so up in the air with the tilt factor. I think if there's gonna be a bold prediction I make in this pool stage, I think Conch is gonna break through this time. I do think Conch will be able to do enough to break through to the bracket stage this time around. Something always happens to Ty, it seems, to fall just a little bit short. It's why he does show up as the redemption champion so often. So yeah, I'm gonna be bold and say Conch makes it as the second person in this pool. But as the song goes, what does the foxy say? Here's the foxy projection. And it is gonna be it is definitely gonna be close between Ty and Conch, a virtual toss-up with Foxy's projections slightly giving the edge to Ty. It's so close.
I agree with that. I think Conch can improve his odds by a little bit if the shirt he wears to that match is tie-dye.
I love it.
Oh boy.
Oh
yeah.
Never change 6.
Yeah. That matchup between Ty and Conch is gonna be a fun one to watch, especially if it is gonna come down to who wins and gets that second spot. Yeah, I think it's gonna be whether each of those people kind of stay calm and not be so tilted. I think it's gonna edge out the other.
Oh, this is gonna be such a wide open group. I can't wait to can't wait to see it. There's several wide open groups in this one. I do hope Kaineo and Tolker can make this a bit interesting, but I do fear this is going to be a bit of a 3-horse race for the spots in this group. But it should still be a lot of fun to watch regardless. So with that in mind, let's go over to the final pool. The first pool, and there are definitely some names here that have made some noise in the tournament play, but we will start with the last newcomer to this tournament, Zeplander. Definitely don't know too much about this person, but that 7-minute easy time is definitely no slouch. You gotta think he's gonna be able to make some sort of improvement in tournament play and be able to make something happen. But yeah, I'm just glad to see more people enter these tournaments. I want to be able to have like true logistical problems with getting everyone to match up. Like for all I know, I might have to change the tournament format to Swiss just to make sure I don't have to play too many matches, so everyone can still get to play. Let's see. He does play with a flash cart for Tetris Attack. That's very interesting. Man, FFR, do you know anything about this person? 'Cause I'm afraid I don't have much data to go on.
Yeah, definitely another one that I definitely don't know, but we'll hopefully get to know a little better during the tournament. Definitely, he's got some solid times, lots of room to improve, so, definitely looking forward to, seeing some improvement from another newcomer.
As he was using in normal times, that legitimately is competitive against quite a few people. So, yeah. I'd like to see new times. I also would like to see cards have more problems.
Yeah, as if I haven't put enough on my plate to make sure these tournaments happen. But let's go from a player we haven't seen too much of to a player we've seen a bit more of. A player who has represented us more on the marathon circuit. It is Razorflame, and they may be most adept at Pokemon Puzzle Challenge, but these peaks on these times, especially the V hard time, are definitely nothing to scoff at. Would you say, Six?
Mm-hmm. I think he's had like massive improvements on best times, and now just needs to work a little bit more on the consistency of getting average runs close to those times, and boom, we have yet another potential threat to those up above.
When Razor's on, definitely plays among the best of them. Isn't always on that much though. Definitely a consistency thing to work on. But Razor's done some amazing things in these tournaments. Managed to take Foxy Man to Game 5 in the last Pokemon Puzzle League tournament. So I'm not past him doing something special again this time around. But someone that we do know to do some special things in these tournaments, especially now lately, now that he has returned from a bit of a hiatus. It is our 9 seed, the one, the only BB Forky. So congratulations, BB Forky, for winning the tournament. In all seriousness though, Forky does still have some top 10 times under his belt. The sub 6 easy, the sub 8 V hard, definitely something to be worried about. And I think there's a real chance that Forky won't make the bracket this time around. FFR, how much of a surprise would that be to you?
Yeah, I mean, it is nice to see Forky, getting back into these tournaments. Yeah, he proved that, despite kind of being having a bit of a hiatus, with speedrunning, he definitely showed that, he can definitely still make his way through the game. It is definitely got a lot of strong times to prove of that. So honestly, pretty good chance Forky makes it out of this group and into brackets.
Yeah, definitely real odds for Forky, indeed. Forky, it should be noted, did organize these tournaments from the first one in 2016 through 2018. So Forky definitely knows what it takes to get everything needed to get these tournaments up in the air, and he will once again be helping me conduct this tournament as well. So any players that have any questions about how things are getting done, certainly me and Forky will be the most qualified to be able to let you know how we are doing things, but to still help out with the organization and put together all these amazing times. There's a reason why we call Forky a bit of a goat, as he has proclaimed himself the goat of maybe not just that game listed at the bottom of the screen, Dark Summit for the Nintendo GameCube, but board game, the skateboard games in general, Forky has a bit of a fancy for. So no, maybe we can use that to style and swag on a few of his opponents. Who knows? But it's gonna be a very hotly contested matchup indeed between Forky and the 8 seed Tetris Attacker. Like TA literally lives and breathes this game. playing this game for so many years, having another player with a top 10 times in each category. Definitely someone to worry about. Got top 6 in the last Tetris Attack tournament, top 4 in the last Pokemon Puzzle League tournaments. TA is definitely a concern to make some noise in the bracket play 6.
Force to be reckoned with. He was the one that knocked me out of the last PPL, so anyone that does that needs to have a good reputation from then on, so that I feel better by proxy. So do your best, TA.
Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, TA was the one that did eliminate Foxy in the last PPL tournament in the V-Hard bracket stage, which, as we mentioned earlier, Foxy Man is the world record holder in V-Hard, so he too knows how to take out some of the big dogs of the speedrunning universe.
TA, I would also say, has one of the better sets of pipes in this community as a commentator. So hopefully you'll get to hear more of those glorious tones of Tetris Attacker in this tournament. Definitely one of the better voices of the community and one of the better players in the community. And definitely excited to see what he can do in this one. But I gotta say, everyone in this group has a very, 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 very uphill battle.
Shield your eyes,
group.
chat.
Because there's one player left to reveal the overall #1 seed, and I'll just say it right here: the king has returned. It is the one, the only artist formerly known as Yoshimitsu, now Yoshi 112. Oh, yep, God, I don't know how anyone beats Yoshi. I gotta be real, guys. Like Yoshi's out here just pulling top times in the qualifying stage to Yoshi's started so good in this one. The only reason Yoshi didn't win in the 2018 is that they had to drop before bracket player, otherwise probably would have stomped me too. FFR, is there anything really to say about how Yoshi plays the game? Because just take it away. I don't know how anyone's supposed to win.
I mean, there's nothing really much to say other than Yoshi is just on another level above all of us. I mean, the cursor speed, the combos he's able to pack in to his chains, and and do it with like so little blocks is just incredible. I just like to watch Yoshi's runs and just see how he's able to just see everything, get to everything, and try to incorporate that in my game. It's always such a treat to see Yoshi play his game. And and unfortunately for Group 1, I mean, I know Card said that, it's a very, very uphill battle. It might as well just be a wall.
The speed is incredible. The tech is incredible. At least in all of these incredibly sick times, which were all done this month, by the way. So definitely not a case of like stuff achieved in the past. This is current form. I haven't seen him race, but I assume there's not going to be many cracks in that armor. Except maybe possible tilt things, but I don't think those are likely, just based on the overall consistency of stages based on the speed and the tech.
Here's a look at all the players in the pool 1, but I want to go back. I want to go back to the qualifying scores because I don't know if you noticed at the very top of the leaderboard, there's a significant gulf between #1 and #2. Like the separation between 1 and 2 in these scores is like same as separation between like 2 and 9, 2 and 10. It was absolutely crazy. Like the separation Yoshi was able to put in their times. Just there's a comment from the live chat from Foxy Man. #1 makes #2 look like poo. And number 2 replying, "It's true. It's damn true." So yeah, I think it's safe to say that Yoshi is the Stone Cold Lead Pipe Lock for Pool 1 for the first seed. So 6. Who do you think has the best shot at #2?
I think it's gonna come down to the winner of the TA versus Forky match. Really, there's shots at them from maybe the lower seeds. They all fight against each other, but really, this is Yoshi's island. We just live in it.
That will never not get old. This is Yoshi's island. It's so great. It's so great because those of you who may not have seen Tetris Attack in a while, or maybe seeing it for the first time, Tetris Attack uses characters from Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. So it's just more fitting that Yoshi like stands alone in this pool as the ultimate threat. But FFR, if it's gonna be between TA and Forky, who do you think was gonna take it?
Boy, yeah, that will be the matchup to look for. Yeah, as TA said in chat, flip a coin for the Forky and TA match. And, yeah, as Six said, whoever wins that match is probably gonna get that second spot in the group.
It's not decided by the last stage in Game 5 for Max Drama.
that would be quite something indeed. No real knocks on Razorflame and Zeplander. It's nice to see you two playing, but it's really gonna be between TA and Forky for the maximum drama in this group. And oh man, it's hard to imagine that one of these players would not make it to the bracket stage. Like I gotta think there's nothing that stops Yoshi from getting to the bracket, but it's either gonna be T8 or Forky. I don't know how this is gonna work. I can't even try to come up with a good guess. Man, I honestly, all honesty, I think it's gonna be TA, but it's gonna be so close. It's gonna be so close between the two, and as we go to the Foxy projection, we can actually see that Forky is the ever so slight favorite to be the second seed in Pool 1 over Tetris Attacker. It really is a coin flip between these two.
I think it's probably Forky must have done less runs than overall last month.
Yeah, I think Tetris Attacker has been putting a little more work into this game as of late, so I think just based on that, Tetris Attacker is probably gonna have the slight edge over Forky, but yeah, it's basically 50-50 between those two.
It's gonna be so close, and I think for these projections, there might be a little bit less data on Tetris Attacker to get to an accurate reading. But that's gonna be such a fun. It's gonna be such a fun matchup. We've even got a confirmation from Foxy Man before putting in the race time data. It was a coin flip, an actual 50-50. That's gonna be such a fun matchup, and I cannot wait to tell you when that matchup is going to happen. So why don't we get right to that? Let's close out this preview show with a schedule reveal, sort of a first iteration schedule reveal. I make it fully clear that not everyone is going to be able to play their matches live. There are too many scheduling conflicts to ensure that all the matches get performed at the times that they are currently scheduled. So this is not going to be a final schedule by all means. We will probably still have to rearrange things before the pool stage is done. But for our purposes here, this is going to be the best idea that I can come up with for when these matches are going to happen. So let's get right over to the schedule. And we can already see some spicy matchups for week 1 of the Tetris Attack tournament on Saturday, March 12th, next Saturday even, at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. We are going to lead off with the Salt group, as it were, with number 2 Taban and number 10 Galloping Conch. That is going to be the crazy matchup out of this session. Like I don't know. Now that I think about it, I don't know, because we've also got Lunar Chimera and Karaoke in Pool 3 coming up after that, with Foxy Man and Corey taking each other on in Pool 4, and then there's that Pool 1 matchup we are probably most looking forward to seeing Tetris Attacker and BB Forky closing out the Saturday broadcast. That is going to be insanely hype. Let's see here. Yeah, I honestly don't know where else to put some of these matches. I kind of need Forky to handle the Sunday broadcasts for me while I take the Saturday broadcast. So I had some limitations with how to draft the schedule, but we're definitely gonna start with a massive banger, and you can only imagine just how the rest of the days are going to turn out. But let's go over to Sundays, and you can get some good matchups there too. We'll hopefully see the return of Yoshi themselves leading off Sunday against Zeppelander. Again, that's Sunday 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, daylight savings in our corner of the universe. Will start on the 13th, so please make note of that time change. Then after that, I will be playing against Gamer in Pool 3 action. FFR and I Like Being Smart will follow after that, and we'll may get a primetime close with Ty and Kaineo. Again, I'm very free to rearranging some of these matchups, but yeah, I hope we get to a good match out of every single game, out of every single stream in this one, and that's just part of the trouble of trying to schedule these. There's so many good matches, so many good matches here. It's hard to arrange them all in the ways that they're somewhat balanced. That is what we are working with for the first week. Let's go to week 2. Go to Saturday the 19th, starting with another banger, Yoshi against Tetris Attacker. Man, like the top 3 of Pool 1, all those matchups are going to be such bangers, and they're coming very immediately right away. So a lot to worry about. Yeah, oh yeah, Tetris Attacker's got some gnarly matchups early on. It's gonna make things fairly interesting. After that, we've got 6 in Karaoke, I Like Being Smart, and Breadpan. And then the FFR and Corey will hopefully close it out for that Saturday. Sunday. We got some close double-digit matchups for you. 16 versus 17, Razorflame and Zeppelander to lead it off on Sunday the 20th, followed by Conch and Tolker Tayman and Kaineo, so you get at least one high seed to perform out there. And then 11 versus 14, probably the most intriguing matchup of Pool 3, Lunar Chimera and Gamer X459. Let's go over to the next week, Saturday the 26th. Yoshi and Razorflame, Forky and Zeppelander, FFR and Breadpan, finishing off with Foxy and Smart. And yeah, if there's gonna be any chance for Pool 4 to get shaken up in this stage, this is gonna be the day you watch out for, I believe. Sunday the 27th. We got some bangers here as well. Ty, the 7th seed, leads off here against Tolker. Conch and Kaineo will play there. I'm gonna make sure I didn't list another match twice again. So there we go with that. And we'll close Sunday the 27th with a gamer and karaoke, and then 6, you and I will get to play.
Hooray!
Then, yeah, that is gonna be very hype. Should be a very hype close to that session. Next up, we'll head into April. This is let's see. Trying to keep my times straight because I don't remember everything that's happening. This is the second to last week. We do have 5 players in each pool, as noted earlier, and with the expectation that we can only have 1 match per week for each player. That means players are going to have buys. So this stage will hopefully play out over the course of 5 weeks, even though there are 4 matches for each player. But Saturday's got some. Saturday the 2nd of April has some intriguing matchups here with Forky and Razorflame, Tetris Attacker and Zeppelander, Foxy Man and Breadpan, with the potential decider of who can play spoiler in the Pool 4 at the end. I Like Being Smart and Corey. Maybe Corey can get in the house to really make some noise.
Yay!
Sunday the 3rd, we got some bangers here. 6 and Gamer. It's myself and Lunar for Pool 3, and then Pool 2. Kaineo and Tolker, and then ending with Tayman and Ty. So then we'll probably get to see who will have dominance over Pool 2 and get that first seed. Now let's head over to the final week of pool play, Saturday the 9th. We're gonna have some deciders here. We'll start with Pool 1, Tetris Attacker and Razorflame, followed by Yoshi and BB Forky. So we'll have that pool crystallize at the start of Saturday the 9th's action. And then Pool 4, we'll wrap up with Corey and Breadpan, and then FFR and Foxy Man. We had to imagine that that will decide first place in Pool 4. So cannot wait to show that. And then at the close, we're definitely going to have some intriguing deciders here as well. We start with Pool 2 with Tayman against Tolker on Sunday the 10th, followed by Ty and Galloping Conch. That will hopefully be a matchup that decides the 2 seed. Then Pool 3, we'll wrap up with myself and Karaoke, and then ending it all off with 6 and Lunar Chimera. Hopefully it decides that 2 seed out of Pool 3. Like how are Like you when you two see these see the order of these matchups, FFR, I'll start with you. What's the first thing that comes to mind when you see these matches?
Yeah, the very first one, you know, Heyman and Conch, just yeah, right out of the gate, let's just get the salt flowing.
Oh, that is good.
So that'll be good. What else? Yeah, TA and Forky, pretty early on. I little surprised. I thought I was going to see that matchup kind of towards the ends, but obviously scheduling conflicts, you know, can be a pain to work around here. What else? What else is going to be pretty exciting? Yoshi TA, that'll be a good one. You know, there could be... TA could use his Blur powers to maybe melt down the wall a little bit. Boy, oh boy. What else is like really intriguing? There's definitely some double-digit seeds matches, which will be pretty cool to see how they match up. Lunar and Gamer is probably going to be a good one as well. Yeah, there's quite a few good matches that'd be pretty exciting. Yeah, you and 6 is another good one. Yeah, group stage is gonna be exciting, I feel. Can't wait.
Yeah, 6. What's sticking most to you at the order of these matches?
I notice I get a whole week to just panic and or chill while thinking what might happen to me. I think FFR mostly covered it. There's a bunch of hype spots, but I personally am interested in any match where a player is facing another player. That's going to be exciting.
Oh yeah. We just love seeing players facing players. That is what we live for here at the League of Puzzle Speedrunners, and we'll be showing all that action to you as it unfolds right here on twitch.tv/puzzlespeedrun. So again, Saturdays and Sundays at 4 p.m. Eastern time. You'll want to set your alarms and set your clocks for all of these matches. There will be a lot of bangers in these. I cannot wait to show these games off to you guys. We'll also note in the schedule, the week of April 16th and 17th is a makeup week. So with all of the potential conflicts, there may be times when we need to push matches further back in order to get them all in, and be using this week as a place to get those catch-up matches done. And if not, I'll use that time to work on some more imaging for the final stages of the tournament, which will start on Saturday, the 23rd of April. We will be doing the first round of the winners bracket in that weekend. 2 matches on Saturday, 2 matches on Sunday, and we will repeat that for the next weekend, April 30th and May 1st. Have a winners semifinals match, then a losers match to start eliminating players, and we will rinse and repeat that for May 1st. May 7th and 8th will see the losers quarterfinals matches get played. 14th and 15th, we'll see the winners finals and the losers semifinals right after that. So you kind of see the theme here. We're generally going to get through one winners bracket round and one losers bracket round per week. That is going to be the goal. And then starting Saturday the 21st, we are going to probably have our presentation of the redemption bracket. I have to imagine that the people who get eliminated from contention in pools will want to try and get some revenge and get a piece of that prize pool. So we'll probably have that broadcast maybe in its entirety on that Saturday if we can get it all in, but I do fully expect we'll have enough people in to split the content over 2 days. So on Sunday the 22nd of May, we will probably show the finale of the redemption bracket at that point, and we'll also for certain have losers finals on that day. It's gonna be so much fun. That's always a thrill to try and put together. I will be scrambling to make sure all of those matches get in. And then at the close, Saturday, May 28th, will be the grand finals. That is a best of 9 V-Hard affair. Remember, the winner of the winners bracket does start with a 1-0 lead. So that's gonna be the entire structure for this tournament. May 28th is the goal date to get it done. That is a Memorial Day weekend for those of you in the States. So hopefully it'll be a nice holiday to wrap up this tournament on, and maybe I'll get a few more complaints about this tournament running too long. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, I think that is going to do it for our coverage of this tournament preview. So, FFR, any final thoughts about how this tournament is going to go down?
Well, surely I gotta be able to make it to grand finals again.
Ooh.
You know, I mean, I'm the defending champion, and I do have a little bit of a streak going for these Tetris Attack Speedrun tournaments, where I have made it to grand finals every time. So, as a defending champion, I gotta keep that streak going.
So I take it you'll be the one to lose to Yoshi in grand finals?
Oh, wait a minute, I'm beating him. I can't let him take my title.
Oh boy, that would be so fun if we can get to that. 6. Who do you think is gonna be the ultimate champion of champions here?
Some Yoshi person, maybe. We'll see. As somebody that has been responsible for causing a lot of disturbance and drama in tournament stages already, I just want to see the unexpected happen. New people rising from the ashes and usurping the thrones of the puzzle legends. That's what would make things spicy for me.
You know what? I think I've got another bold prediction in me. I'm definitely ready to get roasted for this one. You know what, FFR? I think you're due for a three-peat. I think you are actually going to take down Yoshi in the finals. I think it's gonna be from the losers bracket though. I think Yoshi's gonna knock you down to losers, and then you'll make the comeback like you did on me last time. So I think you're due for the three-peat. Yeah, I'm definitely ready to get roasted for that.
Yeah, honestly, no, that's fair. I mean, honestly, if there is one bracket stage match where I'm probably gonna lose. It's probably gonna be against Yoshi. But yeah, nope. Another losers bracket run, you know, all the way to the finish. Definitely is on the table for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely cannot wait to see everything unfold. It's gonna be a lot of fun to try to cover. I think too, and hopefully the rest of you watching will be sticking around with us through next. It's really gonna be like 3 months of content we're gonna bring you for this tournament. That's still kind of crazy to me, but that is how we are going to do it, and I do hope you all come along for that ride. It's gonna be one crazy ride before we get done. Might be more chaos this time around. I get the feeling. But again, that's gonna do it for our coverage of the Tetris Attack Speedrun Tournaments 2022. Again, the first matches will be getting started this time next Saturday. That is 4 p.m. Eastern Time. That is right here on twitch.tv/puzzlespeedrun. Make sure you don't miss that. For FFR Pro 21, for 6, and for everyone else here at the League of Puzzle Speedrunners, this is Cards of the Heart, and until next time, everyone, thanks for watching.
GG.
See you later, everybody.